Thank you so much for joining me. So, what does a year's worth of cards look like? I'm going to show you my box full of cards. Majority are handmade, and there's a load of Christmas cards in here as well. So I am a card maker, if you're not guessed already, or if you've not been on my channel before. I also get to sell the products that I use in my own card making. And with card making, you make friends. You become part of this amazing crafty community. And because of that, you get sent handmade cards. And there's something so special about getting Happy Mail, to actually get a physical card through the post that you know has had a love poured into it in the making. And some people have written some lovely things as well, so that's lovely also. So I'm going to not tell you the ins and outs of all the cards, or else I'll be here until long gone. I'm just going to briefly show you the cards, put them aside, and show you. The reason why I'm showing you is for you to get inspiration and be inspired by the cards that you see, and not for me to come here and show off, but just to say, look, there's some amazing and talented crafters out there, and you too can learn how to do this. So without further ado, I'm going to get you turned around so you can see my basket full or not. There we go. Let's hope my camera will cooperate with me today. I'm back on my normal device. So now I was going to, let's clear the deck a bit more, have maybe a bit more of a nicer blank canvas underneath, if I can find my sheet here. And I think I'll just grab out the ones that I've taken down from my door, put it in a pile here, and then see if we can zoom you in a bit more. Okay, good. Let's see if this will fit on the frame. Not quite, a bit close, a bit too far, a bit close. There's no in between, is there? All right, there we go. Hi there, Wendy, and Kay, and Karen, and Beth. Thank you for joining me. Hi there, Amanda. Great to see you. I'm going to try and keep in contact with comments. So here's the lovely first card. I love this card for all the sort of collage-y elements of it. Some of these you may recognise. I tend to get some from my upline and my sister Ruth. And there's that lovely embossing folder. I just used that just now on my Facebook Live. And this is a lovely sort of monochromatic, and there's some stamping in the background. This was a fun card made by somebody who I managed to sell some of my cards to, and this was one of her first card makes, which is a really nice way of showing that you can make cards with whatever you have to hand. And this, a lovely one, another monochromatic. I love, if you're in doubt, just stamp with Night of Navy. You can't go wrong. Thank you so much for sharing it out, Beth. Really appreciate that. Hi, Ellie. She's on an extended lunch break. And hi there, Paula. Good morning, watching from Wyoming, USA. Hi, Darlene. Welcome. This is really nice. This is using the papers from it's called Memories and More pack. So it's a pack which is great for beginners because you can easily make up cards, and they've fussy cut around the scissors to add onto the front of this. Lovely. I'm not chucking them away, they're just going into a basket on the floor, if anyone's wondering. Another lovely one using, is it Colour and Contour? I think this is called. I don't have the stamp set, but a great use of a one-sheet ones where you stamp all over the background and just adding a lovely sentiment on the front. Excuse me. A year to remember, Memories and More. Thank you. Sorry, I've done lots of talking. Let me just have a sip of cold coffee. So again, this is a technique where you stamp all over the background, and you can chop them up into little pieces, and you can get 6 or 8 cards or more out of just that one piece. So it's great. This had a lovely words inside sent to me, and it's so nice getting beautiful cards from not just this country but from across the pond as well. So thank you very much to this person, and I love this design across the front here with that focal point of the butterfly. Oh, look at the detail on this card. This person specifically did this to match my craft room, which is very similar colours. and which is the sort of turquoises and yellows. Very cute. You Are My Sunshine. This is a song that I sing to my eldest son, or used to sing when he was a baby. So that's quite sweet. You Are My Sunshine. And again, colours of my room, the greys and the yellows. Another very fancy card here using that lovely Wild Cat stamp set. And clever technique here in the background with the embossing, where you ink up your embossing folder, and then if you run it through your machine, it leaves the colour on the background of your folder. I love this technique. I should give that a go sometime, shouldn't I? So these are great for just reminders of inspiration and what you can do. Like I said, a lot of these do come from my sister and upline. So I love the colours on this. They're just right up my street. I think it's Calypso Coral, and you've got this Coastal Cabana and these lovely maybe daffodil delight colour. Nice and bright and spring-like. This was one of my favourite embossing folders with this underwater theme, and the detail of the folder was incredible. And this is such a vibrant and lovely card with little added details of these shell sequins and gorgeous colouring in there. Another very detailed card, so cute. Again, colours of my my room, and lots of lovely detail embossing and dots and flowers and butterflies and everything you could ask for on a card. This is a lovely card. Just, you know, sometimes cards can just be simple, but you can say all in the words, or, you know, it doesn't have to have a lot on it to still be a special card. And this person's embossed the background, and you've got this lovely plaque on the front with your sentiment. Ellie says her mum used to sing it to your children. Oh, that's lovely. Darlene says it's lovely seeing all this inspiration. Good, I'm glad. So this is using the Faithful Tailored Tag Punch, which has been around for a little while actually, and this is a great technique to use with it, especially if you've got scraps to use up or you want to showcase some paper. So that's a really great punch to have. I love using it to give you tag-tailed ends, or you can even have this end here like a chevron end as well. Let me just get rid of the wrong device. Oh no, right device. Report that person. If you see anything like that, we don't want them on this channel really. They're just trolls. And look at this. This has got, let's see, you've got your stamps. So this has been stamped and masked off. Then you've got this lovely pearlescent paper. Then you've got this yellow, and then you've got a blue. So you've got all these beautiful layers in these wings of this butterfly. Isn't that gorgeous? Lovely, lovely way to showcase the butterfly dies. And lovely bit of blending as well. Ellie says, oh yes, the right words are the best at a time when you need them. Absolutely. So unfortunately, the poor butterfly got a little bit squished because it was on my door, and the door access is where our washing machine is. Things do sometimes get a little bit battered and squashed, but I'd rather my cards be on display and I can enjoy them then. And again, another lovely one sheet wonder, and a different way to use it, to have it in a 3-fold. Yeah, I have been sent so many lovely cards over the year. Thank you, Beth. Beth, I don't know if I've recognise your name. Have you been around before? I do apologise if you have. Let us know where you're coming in from. Now, I like this card because this is using a folded piece of DSP. So sometimes we get stuck not knowing what to do with our DSP, but this person who's used this as the front part of their card, and then you stick it on to a piece of card. There's a folded piece of DSP onto a piece of card, which then makes up your card. And it stands perfectly well. So there you go. Another great idea. Oh, well, welcome. Can everybody welcome Beth to the channel, please? I presume that means that it is your first time. I love the autumnal colours on this, and this person's used this kind of tone-on-tone look, which is a great way to get depth in your card. And so she's cut out this front panel, which is stuck on dimensions, And then you've got this lovely cascading floral and autumnal image here. You're from Medina, Ohio. Well, why welcome. How lovely to see you. Now this person's used the same technique again with that lovely stamping all over the background, and then they've used the dahlia image to cut out and then pop that up as well as a focal point. So that's a lovely way to use your stamps and to, again, not covering up all your lovely work that you've done in the background, but to have a focal point with a nice sentiment on as well. Again, this is a great way of demonstrating how you can use the same stamp in the background as well as on your panel at the front. So this has been stamped in the back with that lovely splodgy stamp, and then the same splodgy stamp is on here as well, but we've got a little lovely tone-on-tone colour. Hello, my goodness, what time is it for you, Esther? Well, it's just gone 2 o'clock, Barb, and I'm coming on to do an extra little video. Yeah. Now, this is a nice, a long, thin card, so I presume you can get a good few, oh no, I've still got blue tack in the middle of this one, a good few cards out of one sheet of A4. I'm not sure how many you can get out, but this is sort of an ultra slim card. And again, if you recognise this, you'll know who this is from. So if you want to check out my sister, this is one of her makes, this Ruth at Artful Stampin'. And I feel like she created this beautiful technique of stamping this style of one-sheet wonders. So you can check her out. And this one's really fun. Now, I'm trying to figure out if that is paper in the background or whether the person has done that themselves. Do you know what? I've just spotted that and I don't know. Do you know what? I assumed that that was made out of designer series paper, but now I don't know. Hi, Luann from Round Lake Beach. It's very cold here. I love your cards and look forward to your videos. Oh, thank you, Luann. Nice to see you. So this video is slightly different. I'm just going through, oh no, I'm just taking out the blue tack, cards that I've received. No, I think they've created this themselves, you know, because they must have stamped it and then done all those dots. That must have taken a little while. Hi there, Shaz. There you go. Right, if you want to stick around, these are my Christmas cards. So I've sorted them out into, I've got Christmas cards here that are non-handmade. So I'll leave those at the very end. The reason why I keep those, again, is just sometimes it can spark inspiration. I do tend to get rid of the shop bought ones because I haven't got room to house every single card. So now I think I put in a little request for this card because I remember when Ruth made this. I will say it's Ruth because it's obvious it's Ruth, or maybe not, but yes. And I really like this very simple idea with this rainbow of trees, but really effective. Another slimline card. This is a lovely set, this reindeer set, and some pretty designer series paper in the background. So yeah, lots of cards. I know I've been so blessed with so many beautiful cards. And when you're part of the crafting community, like I said, you do end up with some nice cards and some inspiration. So different to stamp the trees in various colours. Yes, it is. Yeah. And this bauble with, it looks like it's been watercoloured. It's got the most gorgeous colours on it with flecks of gold on it as well, which I think is part of the stamp, the spotty stamp. Beautiful. Now this came with tea bags in it. I must remember to take these out. Great little package. This is a great way of, if you wanted to give somebody a little gift or give them a little package, not quite sure what to do, you can make up yourself a lovely simple pocket. This could be used for like a gift card holder or slip something in flat or another card in there. But a clever way of just doing a fun fold style card or packet. And again, using that one sheet wonder design where you can stamp your own designer series paper. This was one of my favourite stamp sets, this one, Delivering Cheer. And I like the way this person has incorporated it into the background with this lovely image silhouette in the background of the trees and the cabins. And I think she created this background using watercolour technique. So lovely. And this is a fancy fold, a Z fold. They call this one a Z fold. So this is nice and easy. So you get yourself a piece of card and then you fold it back on itself like that. And then you can put your panel on the front. I like the way this person has cut down this die and has put it on that one side. And then you've got embossing going on. You've got foil embossing and stamping. So yeah, lovely and effective. But yeah, another great way to do cards. And you know, if you want to just jazz up a card really simply, this is a nice way to do it. Never thought of using that die in that way to half a die cut. Yes, I know. Sorry, I'm just going to bring that back. Isn't that clever, just to use half the die? Sometimes we don't think outside the box and get a bit prescribed with things. But yes, you can obviously cut dies down. You can cut pieces out. You don't have to, once the shape is cut out of paper or card, you can do what you like with it. Oh, this is fun. Look at the little hedgehogs. Very fun card. I love all the purples and the blues going on in this card, and really nice tones. And there's a very rather cute huggy hedgehogs going on. Very sweet indeed. And a lot of hard work gone into sticking all that down. I admire you. And this is the same die that was in here. So look how different it looks when you use it with traditional Christmas colours. And this is the same die but used on foil. Completely different look, but the same die. So again, it's nice to see what people come up with inspiration. I love this lovely traditional Christmassy colours going on. This was lovely. It's quite nice to get different size cards. And this is a square card. And this stamp set, I totally dismissed it when it came in the catalogue, but I saw so many people use it, and I was like, actually, that was a nice stamp set to have. So there you go. Love the design. Just really kept it simple, but it's so effective. Sometimes the simplest cards can be just as effective. Kay said, it's great to see how the stamp sets and products are used by others. Exactly, yes. Same die, but totally different look. And guess what? Here's that die again. I could have all my cards out at the same time. Now, this is a clever card. Because you've got the top, the flap at the top here. I'm just checking that. Yeah. So you've got like a little mini card at the front. And you've got this lovely colour scheme of greys and whites with a hint of green. Lovely. Or in the words of Ellie, smashing. This is a clever way to use up your DSP. So this person's done strips of alternate colours down the side here, and then tone on tone stamping, then this lovely die cut word peace to you and yours. And yeah, another great way of using up your designer series paper. Dramatic effect of just colouring bits of die cut. Yes. Yep. And look at the snowman. He's having so much fun in his, looks like his own snow. He's like, this is mine. This is my snow. Lovely bit of stamping and blending going on here with that very happy Mr. Snowman. Oh, stuck together. And this card here was using the dies that are currently in the annual catalogue. Am I right in thinking you get two dies, a rectangular one and a circle one? If somebody can let me know. And what's clever is they've inset the card, the pieces back into the rectangle bits. So it's another way of being able to use that die. I think I've got a little sequin that's popped off. And if you can hear that, there's that lovely soft felt paper that I've still got some. Yes, you get both. So you get a rectangle die which cuts out all three of these, and then you've also got the cutouts that you've got from cutting these out, and then you've got a circle ones as well. And this was a lovely embossing folder, and you got two. You got the snowflake one and the fern one as well. I'm trying to remind. I should really check who's not that. I'm trying not to name who named it because, like I said, I'll be here forever. Look at these polar bears having absolute fun. So this person's stamped the scalloped edge in the background, the scalloped rectangle, and stamped the background to create this lovely scenery for these polar bears. Really fun. I love these giant sequins. Okay, you've got Joy to the World. And I really like the layout of this card. So they've got embossing in the background, but they've just used strips, and they've got this lovely kind of balance of paper on either side and just mounted it onto contrasting colours. So I think it's really striking and really sort of modern looking. So thank you. Ah, this is sweet. Look at this. So it's got stars, and we've got this whole little image going on. And along here, you can probably see the texture of that snow. So you can use embossing paste to create this texture here. And the detail, I don't know how they managed to colour in such tiny detail on the trees, but they managed. And I love this colour, the colours on this, the browns, the blues and the reds. Lovely colour combination, one of my favourites. Another lovely card. This is clever because this is partially embossed, and they've really featured the fact that it's partially embossed. So, oh, hold on. This is faux partial embossing, okay? Because they've embossed the whole thing and they've stuck another strip on top. Ah, well, you got me there. I thought this was faux embossed, but that's clever because, again, I think they sort of stamped a whole sheet of this and then chopped it down so that they could use little strips. Great idea. And then you've got this lovely feature of the embossing and separated by the twine and the sentiment. Very clever. Another simple but effective card. This sort of reminds me of almost like a Nordic style card. I need a sip of my cold coffee again. I say cold because it's gone cold. And not meant to be cold. And featuring, again, those, 3 embossing folders. The wood grain, the snowflake one, and the sort of, what do you call it, tooth? What's that called? I never remember the name of that. But yes, there you go. Lovely, full of a greenery card with hints of gold around the edge. So you've got dipped embossing around the leaves. Dog tooth, that's the word. Thank you. I never remember it when I need to remember it. Dog tooth. Yes. Is it the textured embossing folder or something? And they've dipped, like scraped around the edges with the Versamark and got this lovely distressed gold texture as well. Hound's tooth or dog's tooth? Are they the same thing? Hound and dog. My stenciled on, and then we've got some gold glitter here to make the sentiment. And the card is this. It's got this lovely sort of bluey texture on the front. And again, this is another nice way of using this strips of DSP, and we've got a bit of sparkle. Do you remember this lovely dazzling sparkle paper that was available in the last celebration? It's great to just add that hint of sparkle, and it's a really nice layout just to keep all the detail in the corner. Now, this looked a little bit familiar. I stamped something a bit like this on one of my lives, and so I presume they've been inspired by me. I'd like to think so. It is slightly different from the one that I did, but that's, that's the whole point of doing it yourself. Again, just featuring the background stamping. So good colour combo on this, yes. And this was lovely. This snowflake. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to pop out. Some of the pieces pop out. And then you're left with this lovely background of blue. Let's see if it does. Don't want to break it. Maybe it's not meant to be, I don't know. But you can, and you get this kind of hint of blue underneath, which is really lovely. And it's using that a moment for the stitch dies. They were just brilliant, weren't they? The stitch dies. And I love this little, there's something so sweet about the little scalloped edging on cards. Another one sheet wonder, I think, going on. I have a hard time deciding on my colours. So many to choose from, says Barb. Well, Barb, I was talking about this on my Facebook Live earlier and said that if you're on Facebook and you go to the SU Colour Challenge, you can ask them for a challenge, ask them for some colours, and then that will limit you to what you use. So using that lovely poinsettia stamp set in the background with hollies and berries and just hints of the little elements here, look, isn't that sweet? The embellishments just, oh look, there's another one there, just really add that something little extra to the cards. Right, these were handmade by my lovely mother-in-law. We get a hand cross-stitch card made every year, and these were given to the boys. They all take time to do. Careful little cross stitches, so it's quite nice to have those as keepsakes. Here, using that lovely kind of, it looks like gingerbread. It looks good enough to eat. And like a plaid design in the background. I'm just mindful that I've still got a pile left, so I'm going to try and speed up a little bit. I like the look of this. Very clever to use the kind of stencil of the ball and then to stamp inside and blend inside. I think they got that idea from Ruth because she did something similar. But again, that's another nice technique to revisit. This is a nice Christmassy one. When you use metallics and things, they can really just make that project look luxurious and add the extra something. I recognise these, the little gnomes. And I love the way that this person's just coloured them in with lots of fun colours. I tended to stick very strictly to certain colours, but they've used some lovely bright colours on this card. And great, simple stamping, but really effective card. So this was a lovely card. This is one of the first cards I think I got at Christmas. And you pull out, oh, I try not to show it. You pull out the card from the front, like so. And I quite like the idea of that. It's something a bit different, isn't it? And again, this had a lovely message on that card. So it's so nice to get personalised cards from people. Ellie says she can't get her feet warm. Oh dear. Yeah, some wool socks for you. Ah, who remembers First Frost? Again, I think I did a similar card to this for a Christmas challenge. Now, again, I don't know if they're inspired by me or if this is a pattern they might have come up with themselves, but a lovely monochromatic design there. And then they've got this detail of embossing around the edge there. Ah, yes. It might have been inspired by me. Just checking the name, sometimes you can tell. Again, you know, embossing features quite a lot, and it's a great way just to add just that extra something when you're missing something on a card. This lovely musical texture, and again, metallic. Just add that hint of a touch of metallic to really make your cards. I think this was our card for my in-laws, must have been. Again, featuring that lovely cross-stitch Christmas tree. Now, moment, please, of this. My goodness, the detail and the amount of time it must have taken to do this is amazing. So we've got black embossing here. We've got highlighted trees. We've got blending. We've got masking. They've thrown everything at this card. Very cool, very effective. This was a sweet card and very unexpected, actually. I wasn't expecting, when I opened it, I wasn't expecting it to be a handmade card. And this was from a lady at church. And I love this idea. And, you know, I don't know if she does many cards or if she's into crafting, But what a lovely idea. Simple, but so effective. And you know what they are? 3 trees, 3 triangles. Yeah, really like that. Clean and simple. Here we go, more gonks of a different variety. They're so fun, they just make you want to smile, don't they? And this person's used this lovely sequin band across the middle to separate the picture from the sentiment. Oh, this is lovely and detailed because this person has added watercolouring to the picture. And they've got lots of different colours going on here. There's something nice about a square card, isn't there? Now, this one's full of festivities with these lovely die-cut poinsettias. And look, they've even managed to fill in the tiny little gold spots. I mean, that takes time. And they've used this lovely Christmas carol in the background. I've just realised this is embossed as well around the frame. So we've got the poinsettias on an embossed frame, and then you've got this DSP with the Christmas carol in the background too. Lovely. It's quite nice. I mean, the frame, you're framing the frame with the flowers. Clever. Go another card, very Christmassy colours. Sometimes with Christmas cards, it's just about the, if you get the Christmassy colours right, it can really make the difference. Esther, you really know such clever stamping and card making people, real stunning bank of caring thoughts and craftsmanship, and lovely to get ideas from. Thank you, Karen. What a lovely thing to say. Okay, and quickly, just these are just really cute because you can get in schools sometimes. You can raise money in schools by creating your own cards, and then they get them printed, and it's a way to be able to and then you buy them and then you give them to your family. So these are designed by children, and then they get printed, and they're on proper cards, and then they get you can self-explanatory really. Like I said, some of these are just really fun for inspiration. I like this. Look at that. I like the colours on this. And the lovely gold star. Lovely houses. Kath Gibson card. And the colours on this are stunning, aren't they? And a lovely mosaic design there. Thanks be to God for his indescribable gift. It's nice to get cards with Bible verses. These are nice. It's sort of vintage inspired, isn't it? Seasonal blessings. Peace on earth. Joy, love, peace, believe on Christmas. That's a nice rainbow one. The jolly snowman. I'm just going to go through these a little bit quicker. This is lovely. It looks like it's taken from a... Is it taken from a print? Woodcut Fox by Mickey Rose from the Almanac Gallery. So it looks like a lino print, but look at those colours. You've got Cajun Craze, maybe smoky slate. That's a really nice colour combination, actually. See what I mean about being able to get inspiration from... This is fun too, because look, you've got the cutout of the tree. So, you could easily do that with die cuts. And this is clever because it looks made to look like a painting because the way the card is embossed. Stable one. Winter Wishes again. You've got just the green and gold. This is nice for colour inspiration. Merry Christmas. You've got... Oh, I watched, there's a programme on telly about how they make greeting cards like this, and how from the designing process to cutting it to making it and adding the foil. It's quite interesting. I know we're into our handmade cards, but I think people avoid giving me cards sometimes because they're like, oh, you're a card maker. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't mean I don't like getting cards, even if they are shop bought, because, it's the sentiment behind it, isn't it? And a brother and sister-in-law with love at Christmas. There we go. So, although they might be shop bought, you can still be inspired. Thank you all for watching my marathon, over 30-minute year of cards. Hopefully it was worth your while watching this. You can always speed through. Did you know that you could speed through videos? Press the 3 menu button, go to speed, and you can whiz it so that I'm a bit more sped up. Because sometimes you want to watch a whole video and get the gist of it without actually having to watch me in real time. There's my trick of the day for you. Thank you so much. I'll be back tonight on YouTube at 9 p.m, all being well. And hopefully we'll be doing something crafty later. And lovely to spend time with you all. Now it's back to work for Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Take care. I'm going to go and get myself a hot drink and get on with some more of my crafty work. And nice to see you all. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're new to my channel, it's always nice to see you again. And do a comment below. So let me know if you had a favourite. So after the video, you can come back and let me know if you had a favourite card. Don't choose your own if you sent me one. And sorry, just to say thank you all so much for those who did send me cards. Very much appreciated. I did say thank you to some people, but I couldn't end up saying thank you to everybody, or else, you know, I wouldn't have time for anything else. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to those of you who might have sent me cards this year already as well. So take care and God bless you. Lots of love. Mwah. Levine said, thanks for sharing. I love your typos, Levine, because that kind of makes sense, you know. All right. Delinda says, thumbs up. Thank you. Bye.